For a minute there, Zuck actually had us convinced. He was the open source guy, handing out Llama like it was a gift to the world, painting everyone else as the villain. But between the rigged rankings and the sudden pivot to closed models, the story started to fall apart. The closed models, announced quietly in a product blog, ended the 3-year open source marketing campaign for our data. Today, we're figuring out how Meta officially became the villain of their own story, and whether the era of open source just died while we were all looking the other way. Personally, I've always read Meta press releases with the same level of trust I give to the fine print on a bottle of diet pill. You know there's a catch, you're just trying to find where they hid it. To understand the exact moment this all started, we have to look at when Meta launched Llama 4 in April 2025, announcing it had scored an ELO rating of 1417, second best in the world. The model that earned that score was not the one they gave the public. It was a private variant tuned to produce long, expressive, emoji-heavy answers, optimized to charm human judges rather than actually perform. The version they actually shipped ranked 32nd, worse than a model from the year before. The benchmark site flagged the violation. Meta called it a platform quirk. Platform quirk is the professional way of saying you got caught cheating and decided to blame the weather. In January 2026, Meta's chief AI scientist Yann LeCun announced he was leaving to start his own company. On his way out, he gave an interview and simply told the truth. He admitted they had fudged the results, quietly swapping out models to hit better benchmark scores. That is like the school principal quitting, walking out the door, and telling the lunch lady that yes, they faked all the math scores. But hey, the kids look smart. Zuckerberg did not respond by fixing anything. He benched the entire AI team, not to solve the problem, but to push everyone responsible as far away as possible. And LeCun? He had not worked on the core model in years. He was the credible face they kept on the poster. When the ship started taking on water, he had already boarded a different one. Zuckerberg went shopping. He acquired a major stake in Scale AI for $14 billion and handed the keys to a 29-year-old named Alexander Wang. Meta's AI future now runs through a founder in his 20s who reports to the man who built the metaverse, who replaced the chief scientist who just admitted they had been cheating for years. 9 months later, Meta announced Muse Spark, ranking 4th globally on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, a genuine jump in capability. Look, I do not trust Meta's numbers by default, but this time the performance gap is probably real. So, where does this leave the open source AI ecosystem? Nowhere. Muse Spark is entirely closed source. Meta threw out a vague promise that a free version is coming soon. Add that to the list of things that will never happen. Locking the model down was not a betrayal. It was the only rational move for a company burning through capital at this scale. The problem is not the closed model. It is the 3 years they spent promising loudly in front of everyone that it would never happen. The scientist is gone, the weights are gone. What remains is a closed model named after something that burns bright for exactly 1 second. You built on their land, gave them 3 years of signal, and the moment it became valuable, they changed the locks. This has been FutureFounderHQ. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.